Check out how we spent 5 days in Tokyo. We feasted on sushi and Wagyu Omakase, ventured to Kamakura for the day, enjoyed the views at Shibuya Sky, went to restaurants, coffee shops, did some shopping, and more. Our first day in Tokyo started off with some amazing coffee at Onibus in Meguro City. It was definitely our favorite. Onibus is the Portuguese word for public bus. The creators liked the concept of how the bus connects people and how their coffee could do the same. We were there for the sakura, but a cold snap delayed the bloom. As we were walking around, we smelled something amazing, and that turned out to be truffle. With an aroma like that, we had to try a couple pastries.
Very truffly. Melon pan, huh?
This is Sushi Punch. We went at lunch because it's more cost effective, and it was our first omakase ever. Omakase is a meal consisting of dishes selected by the chef. It was easily one of the best meals we had in Japan, and some of the best sushi I've had in my life. Chef Yuichiro Sasaki made everyone feel welcome, and he's absolutely jacked. Check out the guns.
Over here, go through there.
Yeah.
If you're in Ginza and someone asks you to meet them at Uniqlo, make sure you ask them which one. There's two, and both of them are massive like this. Also, if you're a tourist, it's tax-free. The loft has 6 floors of curated Japanese goods across categories like stationery, home decor, beauty, and lifestyle products. The sheer variety ensures that you'll find something you like. We stopped by a Deppa Chica. That's a department store, Deppa, and basement in Japanese, Chica. It's mostly food and souvenirs. Coffee number 3 was at Fuglen. We wanted something with a bit more of a kick, so we ordered Irish coffees while we waited out the rain. Tsukemen translates to dipping noodles, and they're not your regular ramen noodles. They're thicker and chewier, which is great for absorbing broth. And make sure to slurp. It shows the chef you like the food. This is the world-famous Shibuya crossing, and it can have up to 3,000 people crossing at a time. We're back at Fuglen to find Alicia's lost glove and to see how their coffee is when it's not Irish. TeamLab Borderless is a museum where the art moves in and out of rooms, interacts with you, and other art pieces. For example, in this room, these graphics would be sunflowers the next time we came through. The whole point is to wander, discover, and interact with this borderless, immersive art piece. Here's Alicia petting a flower lion, and you can see where she made contact, the flowers are left behind. One of my favorite rooms was the lily pad room, because in the beginning the lilies were around waist high, and as you move through the room they got taller until they were a canopy above your head. This is one of the rooms where you could control the art with an app on your phone, but despite what it looks like, we never ended up figuring it out, but it was still a very cool room. Here we are at my favorite room because it reminds me of that part in the movie Inside Out where they made a core memory, and with this being our honeymoon and first time in Japan, this was definitely a core memory for us. If you're in town, I recommend stopping by and making a memory of your own. I'd heard about Latte Art Mania and their black latte from a colleague at work. Once I saw their IG, I had to go. Was it worth it? Did it taste like charcoal? Do they have latte art classes? Yes, no, and yes. But you'll never truly know until you stop by for some drinkable art yourself. Of course, Happy Pancakes have a sunny disposition, but they're also fluffy and more eggy than cakey, and take about 20 minutes to bake. The butter is insanely good. Give it a shot, it's a different kind of pancake. Onitsuka Tiger is a heritage brand that mixes fashion and sportswear. I'm a fan of the look and the history. After the war in 1949, Onitsuka wanted to help the youth of Japan build a better future. He did that through shoes and sports. It was so influential it inspired the birth of Nike. Blue Ribbon, the predecessor of Nike, was set up to bring Onitsuka Tiger to the US. If you love the cross-section between fashion and sport, you'll love Onitsuka. El Fujiyama has some of the best mezcal cocktails I've had in my life, and we've been to Oaxaca. My love for mezcal is exactly why Alicia and I had to come to this place. And if you like, love, or are slightly interested in mezcal, you should stop by for a drink or two. The establishment is intimate and sits around 8 people, so make reservations. Afuri Ramen is known for its yuzu. That's a citrus fruit. So if it's your first time, try their signature bowl, the Yuzu Shio Ramen.
Pop that bit, pop it, pop it. Oh, dang.
Alicia set off for a facial, so I met up with a colleague that lives in Japan. Hiroshi walked me through local portions of Tokyo, which I never would have went to on my own. We ended up at a place he used to eat regularly for a tasty lunch. Alicia went to Koh Gen Do in Minato City for a 90-minute facial and makeup application. At the time it was 20,000 yen, and we put the link in the description. This standing sushi bar was great. The ambiance was relaxed and cozy. The beer and sushi were a perfect combo for a small meal before a Wagyu Omakase later on that night. This precinct is home of Meiji Shrine. The forested area covers about 70 hectares of land, or about 173 acres of land. These sake barrels are displayed as decoration. They're placed at the shrine entrance as an offering to a multitude of gods and souls of the deceased. The barrels are donated by Japanese sake brewers to be used for ceremonies and festivals. Meiji Jingu is a Shinto shrine. Shinto is Japan's oldest religion and originated there in 660 BC. It's practiced in public shrines devoted to worshipping a multitude of kami, which are gods. These are ema. You write down your wishes or give thanks and hang them around the camphor tree. Miyabi Osaka is known for their Wagyu Omakase. We got the Miyabi Special Course, which is 10 types of A5 black Wagyu and 9 other dishes. It was 12,000 yen at the time, which is about $81.86 USD, and that's for 2 people. We also got the special organs, which were intestines. I'll probably pass on them the next time, but I'm happy to have given them a shot. The Wagyu was incredible. The beef was as soft as butter, literally melted in your mouth. After you get a demo on how to cook, you get to do it yourself. Alicia's doing a phenomenal job, and for those of you wondering if 9 pieces is enough, I would say yes. The cuts of meat have considerable marbling, which makes them more filling than you'd assume. But beware, once you have Wagyu like this, everything else pales in comparison. We woke up a little late for a day trip to Kamakura, so we picked a coffee shop near a hotel in Shibuya. That coffee shop ended up being Beans. It was a really nice atmosphere, the staff was polite, and the building had beautiful lighting. When Alicia was waiting for her coffee to cool, she noticed something really awesome. It was dogs. They have dogs. 2 pups just cruising around saying hello to customers, which I'm a big fan of, and it was my favorite part about Beans. Kamakura is a seaside city known for its temples, shrines, shopping, and food. For 950 yen, you can zip there on a train from Shibuya in a little over an hour. But we took the Odakyu line from Shinjuku. It's much longer, but it's known for its vintage trains and scenery when the weather allows. One of the main attractions is the Great Buddha. However, due to weather and bad timing, we never made it. Midday in Japan is difficult for food. There are a lot of places that close to prepare for dinner, but luckily, Inari Yokocho was open. The place was cozy with 90s R&B and hip-hop, attentive service, and good sake. Alicia got vegetable ramen, which was really light and delicious, and I got a sashimi bowl, which was satisfying but didn't weigh me down. If you stop by, check out their sake menu. We wanted a dessert after lunch, and the donut display at the chocolate bank caught our eye. We ordered a strawberry-filled donut and mini babka, and they were so light, we had no trouble eating both. Full disclosure, I was thinking we might need to take some home because of their size, and that's when I learned that taking home leftovers isn't really something they do in Japan. Alicia heard about Bar Trench, and it was a nice walk from the Hyatt House Shibuya, which I highly recommend, so we took an evening stroll to see it. The bar snacks were so good they were borderline addictive. Alicia and I had a couple drinks, and we were fans of everything. My drink had a little warning label about it being strong, and the waiter made sure I knew what I was ordering. But it didn't taste strong, it just tasted delicious. So I ordered 2. Everything about Bar Trench was amazing. We can't recommend it enough. Pizza Marumo was another place we had heard good things about, but more specifically about their umami pizza. It has dried shiitake mushroom cream sauce, mackerel, bonito flakes, and more. As we saw the pizzas going out, we had a serious talk about ordering 3 of them. But we stuck with the umami pizza and it was unreal. Go, and you'll thank us later. Paddler's Coffee is pretty popular, and I think it should be. They have a nice patio, and the entire design of the place is warm and homey. It feels like a place that you'd regularly meet up with friends. They also have events like pop-up stores and art exhibits. Their coffee is great. They have beans from all over the world. Honduras, Ethiopia, Indonesia. They even have Stumptown from Portland. And having some nice warm coffee on a chilly day underneath a cherry blossom tree is a really good way to start the day, even if the tree hadn't blossomed yet. Shibuya Sky is 229 meters or about 731 feet tall. If you have trouble picturing that, it's about 2.5 football fields tall, and at the top is an open-air observation deck. Shibuya Sky is in Shibuya Scramble, which is pretty close to the world-famous Shibuya Crossing. Tickets are 2,500 yen each, and you can reserve your time in advance. You can see how big Yoyogi Park is, and it's right next to Meiji Shrine, which we went to on our third day in Tokyo. This is that open-air observation deck I was telling you about. The views are great. The whole experience took around an hour, so if you're in Shibuya, throw it in the mix. It's cost-effective, it's by a bunch of other attractions, doesn't take that long, and it's cool. Welcome to Bonus Track. It's a group of shops around a courtyard, and it's really close to Shimokitazawa. These boutiques are unique, and there are a couple of fun combos. There's a record store that serves Taiwanese food, a bookshop with craft beer, and if we went again, we'd check out their monthly schedule because they have events. This is actually a bookstore, but they have really good food and drinks. The whiskey highball ended up being our drink of choice for this vacation, and now we wish they served it more here in America. Their curry was phenomenal, and their ingredients were really high quality. Look at how orange the yolk is. If you love My Neighbor Totoro and cream puffs, you have to come here, because they actually serve delicious Totoro cream puffs. A cool fun fact about this bakery is that it's officially recognized by Studio Ghibli. These cute little cream puffs are photogenic and delicious. Yo-Yo is well known for its Basque cheesecake. Why Basque cheesecake? It's much lighter, almost airy, and has a souffle-like mouthfeel. Alicia and I love Mexico. Baja, Mexico City, Oaxaca are all great places to make memories, so we were attracted to this little shop. Pad has a wide range of gifts and souvenirs for anyone who wants a piece of Mexico from Tokyo. From Fuzukyu to here, Bar Zikkai, you can tell reading holds a bit higher of a station than it does in the US. And yes, people read here. It's not just for decoration. Alicia got the first love inspired by a poem with the same name. It was made with mulberry wine and champagne, which gave it a slightly sweet, fragrant, and gentle flavor. I got March's Great Writer's Cocktail, which was inspired by the story Under the Cherry Blossom Forest in Full Bloom. This is the night on the Galactic Railroad. The drink comes in 2 parts, the deep purplish blue liquid in the bigger cup, and a smaller vial of pink liquid. When you pour the pink drink into the large cup, you can see the color change, and after a good stir, you can see the gold leaf swirling around. It ends up being a little galaxy in a glass. When this gentleman found out we were on our honeymoon, he gifted us with a bag of jasmine tea. It was really thoughtful and meant a lot to Alicia and I can't remember the name of this delightful drink, but I can tell you it was amazing. like everything else in Japan. This is New Torigin, which is actually the original Torigin. There's two. We learned about this spot from watching Ralph and Sam's vlog. We really enjoy their content on YouTube. The oyster rice had a really fun presentation, and as you can see, it was served piping hot. And the oysters are not small. My favorite was easily the yakitori. Hot, flavorful, delicious. If you come here, I'd grab a bunch of these guys.
Next station is Kyoto.